It's tabletop time. I'm Dave, your narrator, and this is episode 4 of our RAGTAG adventure. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, go watch them. What are you doing here? Go on.
And I'm Rob. I'm playing an elf magician named the Magnificent. He's on a quest for revenge against an unhappy patron of his.
He's had a recent style change and actually bequeathed upon all of us a recent style change as due to a...
Wild magic surge, they all lost all their hair.
Except for...
I'm Murray, and I am playing Mirina, the only retainer of their hair, and currently trotting along in the form of a crocodile.
Which is why, of course, you retain your hair. You were in crocodile form when the effect went off. And Hops.
My name is Jen. I'm playing Hops, the now hairless... Oh my God, it's so much worse. I'm the hairless bear. Thank goodness I've got armor on. Otherwise, I would be completely naked.
Oh, the thumbnail didn't do it justice. There we go.
No, that's
Yeah,
great.
that's beautiful.
And I'm Rusty, a curmudgeony ranger who had a very long flowing beard that made him look epic. Now he just looks like he's about to submit a formal complaint and gets angry when people walk on his lawn.
He probably doesn't have enough years left in his life to regrow his beard.
That's it. The beard is retired, whether he wants it back or not. He'll probably seek some mystical magic to bring it back.
I will let you all know that your hair will regrow at its natural rate. It is not
This is our new
permanently
party
bald.
portrait. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
Rob, I think it's an improvement. I way prefer this version of your character.
You look so stunned.
The
What have I
ears
done?
just make it even better.
So much worse.
And the lack of eyebrows is also very exciting.
Yeah, I was very clear with Alicia. By the way, like mid last episode, we paused for 40 minutes, like run upstairs, like, Alicia, please, we need hairless portraits as soon as possible. They can't have eyebrows.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Which all hurts.
And if that was episode
know.
3, I think we're all
Just
going
wait
to be
for
in for a
episode
treat
4.
for the grand finale.
All right, but things have gone for a serious turn. You've all just ran into the entrance to the labyrinth, triggering a trap. Some of you were hurt. Others were... Well, one of you didn't roll yet. You can...
For the damage.
No, he hasn't even attempted to run in. We didn't... We
did. I followed.
Ah,
Yeah, but there
okay.
was a trap.
There's a trap.
Still.
Yeah.
Dex saving throw.
I missed my dice roll. 11
Okay.
plus 2 and proficiency.
Okay.
Oh, that's intelligence.
dexterity.
Sorry, dex plus 1, no proficiency. Plus 1.
Okay, so you
That's
fail and take 12 piercing damage as a rain of arrows fly into you as you sprint into the room.
12.
Raises a hair on your back if you...
12. You took almost max damage. Okay, and you press on through the first trap room and then gather your breath. Hops holding a large chest in your small antechamber entrance to the labyrinth. Well, I mean, you've traveled through parts of the labyrinth before, but you just get the feeling that this is it. This is where you're chasing for. The ambrosia awaits.
Can I smell it by any chance, or smell anything in particular?
No,
Like
not in this
fumes
room.
and
Musty and...
Okay. We in a relatively safe place?
You're in an antechamber, an entrance.
Great.
You can't see anything.
I want to pry open this chest because it's very
Alright.
heavy.
You put the chest down on the ground and crack open the top of it. And within you see a mountain of gold and silver pieces of various provenances. You don't find this out at the moment, but if you were to spend time counting it, you'd find 500 gold and 1,100 silver pieces.
Nice.
Was that in our chest? Sweet.
On top of this, laid out in a row, hand-carved marble sculptures that look like someone has picked at them with a little chisel for hours and hours
God.
on end. And they seem to represent cyclopses of various sizes and ages.
You stole his family portraits.
You can have the statues. I'll take the gold.
So this, they will be worth 250 gold to a collector of family mementos of lonely cyclopses. And you can thank the treasure guide for that, for cyclopses.
Oh, thank you for breaking my
Say
heart
thanks,
even
level
further.
Was that actually the treasure?
It says,
The lonely
says
cyclops.
dozens of marble figurines of cyclopses of all ages, and I've just fleshed that out to be his family.
Love
that he
that.
sat alone,
Oh,
blind,
you-
carving these sculptures.
That's actually a
It's in the book. That's what you took from him. Cyclopses aren't evil creatures.
Wow.
They're just stupid and lonely.
Oh, and we should divert to quickly also say this whole four-parter has been brought to you by Advanced Level Up D&D Is that the full name of
It's
it?
Level Up Advanced 5th Edition.
Thank you.
Level
Yeah.
Up being the big title. It's the heading to the subheading Advanced 5th Edition.
If you want to level up your D&D, it feels like
It's
a
so
level
good.
up. It really does. We're four
You can see
chapters
part of the
in.
book here. The rest is chromed out.
For the experts amongst us who have been playing, we can't stop gushing about how good it is. And then for the noobs like myself, I can't believe how good it is too. Like, it actually feels like a huge step up in immersion, and the complexity is really complementary to what you want to achieve as in a story.
And super important, it's compatible. So if you're loving your like extra monsters and gibbles from other core books, it's just compatible. So you can just use it.
Pick and take
Yeah.
what you like the incredible random like encounter tables, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in
And
there.
I'm going to be using a whole bunch of it. So
Love it.
yeah. Expect it. I'm going to throw these books in front of us and be like, read, change your classes if
Yeah.
you want.
Nice.
Okay, so can you, just repeat really quickly what the gold and silver
500
was?
gold, 1100 silver, and
Okay.
a dozen figurines of Cyclopses this man has carved.
Okay, I'm going to pocket all that stuff so I can ditch the chest.
Will you?
Oh, and divvy it out among, because obviously I can't carry that
Do you
much.
want to divvy it out?
He owes us money.
Does he?
Did he do anything to earn it? It's up to you to decide.
Hops is fair. She,
It's your. If I was there,
You are there.
You are
Am
there.
I? We're
yeah,
not-
You're all in the same
don't
room
you? I
together.
like stop you for like I can see you considering. I'm like the brewery, the whole point of the adventure. Could you imagine if we got back and you had half the amount you needed for the tavern? Your wife, what would she say?
Do I hear this?
I am trying not to be heard.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Stealth check.
Okay.
9.
I'll go stealth charisma, by the way.
Stealth charisma.
So what's your charisma score?
I get no bonus.
Are you sure it's not negative
It's
one?
a negative one.
So you take one off.
Okay.
Do you have proficiency in stealth?
Yes.
So you get proficiency
So
minus
plus
1.
two,
Plus
so
2.
it's 14.
14. What did you get? So
Nine.
And you don't. He doesn't hear you.
Yeah. What does Hops think?
But it's only fair.
What's fair is we were on this quest for us first. You and I. That gold is your taverns, our taverns.
Well,
He owes us money, technically.
I give you half of it, and I'll keep the other half, and I say, we'll sort this out at the end.
Fair's fair.
I'm going to waddle,
I say
waddle
to
over.
Hops, taking half the gold.
I'm going to waddle over and sort of
Do I
press
see
myself
this?
up and look down
It's hard not to.
into the
you
chest,
just-
and then sort of waddle off because
It's a
I'm
good-
not that interested
I
in
say
gold.
to Murina, like, a good deed's a good deed. My old money grubbing ways as an adventurer are really coming
Yeah.
back.
What do they call them? Treasure goblins? Loot goblins?
Consider your fee paid.
Oh no, not this again.
I don't respond.
Okay. So, with the minor animosity of your stolen goods coming up now to
Oh,
the
and
rather
I-
fair Cyclops.
I take the statues, by the way.
Okay. You are in the labyrinth. And I'm going to get... What do I want from you? I want to check. I would like to get you to do... Now, Level Up has a whole bunch of cool skills that aren't actually in D&D. Like engineering. So I'm going to get... Can I get one of you to make an engineering? I'm going to do a group check, but you can all use different skills. So I'm suggesting engineering, survival, perception, and investigation. You can pick who rolls what. And it's a group check. So
Are
you
we
six.
in
Yeah, so
there?
you're not in that room yet.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I will use perception,
Okay.
and because it's a more mental thing, I retain my own abilities.
And you can use oh yes. You can use intelligence or wisdom for this.
What are our options?
So that's gone. So you have engineering, survival, or what was the last
Investigation.
one? Investigation.
I'm going to go investigation.
Okay, so engineering or survival, which did you pick?
Survival.
Okay.
Engineering for me.
Okay. All of you make a check.
15.
15 is a pass.
16.
Pass.
I gain expertise die on perception checks, so I get a 21.
Pass.
17.
Pass. All 4 of you pass. So you passed. You get a critical success
Yay.
to your group check, which is another level up feature. So you, with your combined skills and understanding and 6 months of delving for some of you, you manage to navigate the labyrinth. But not only do you navigate the labyrinth with skill and aplomb, but through Hops' application of engineering knowledge, you manage to avoid several of the traps in this location, not triggering any more of them as you push on. With the general perception of Murina pointing out the obvious inconsistencies in layout and taking you away from the various dead ends and split paths, you stay on a fairly good course. With the survival abilities of Rusty, you manage to navigate and chart a path, mapping as you go and ensuring that you never double back on yourselves. And finally, with the investigation skills of the Magnificent, you notice the ancient arcane symbols and waymarks that give you clues and hints that allow you to navigate this labyrinth with ease. And it is with probably an hour or so of traveling at this rate. Also, by the way, do you at all want to take a short rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so during this course, you find a safe antechamber where you can have an hour's break, and you have a short rest. In a short rest, you get all your short rest abilities back, and you can spend hit dice to heal.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
Yay. Oh, my God. I lost a lot of health from that Cyclops.
So to spend hit dice to heal, you have a maximum amount of hit dice. You roll your hit dice, and you add your constitution for every hit dice you spend.
What
What's
dice
your
is
hit
it?
dice?
It'll say in your hit
Oh,
dice
so it's
box.
actually a d6.
Yeah, so it's based on your class. So wizards heal less than
Okay.
like.
So I just roll it once.
If you only want to spend one, so you can spend up to your level. So you have 6 hit dice.
okay.
But you can also spend them one at a time.
Yes.
Like you're like, oh, I rolled a 2. I might spend another hit.
Yeah.
So you add 2,
Six.
6.
Max health.
Okay, and you've spent 3 hit dice.
Mine says 6d10.
So you have D10 and you have 6 of them, but you can spend them one at a time plus your con to heal.
Oh, wow. So I can just fully heal.
Well, you need to do it the way you can theoretically fully
Yeah.
heal. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
But your hit dice don't regenerate until you have a long rest. So that's what the whole short rest thing. That's a D12
Okay.
plus con. So
I'm gonna-
10.
yeah.
You heal 10. I can keep track for you.
Okay. 4.
So 6, 16 you've healed.
Yep.
9. So 25. Is that back up to max?
Have we been in here 8 hours?
40. I'm up to 45 and I have 52. I'm going to roll one more.
Okay.
Probably not. Why?
Probably not.
10. You
Mage
max.
armor.
But you've spent
Last
4 out of your
Yeah.
6 hit dice. So you have 2 left.
Cool.
How many hours will we have
Do they
been in
ref-
here?
Like 3?
Including the short rest.
We'll say like 2 or 3.
Okay.
That's fine.
Now, how long before I was frozen did I cast Mage Armor?
I'm going to give you mage armor for the duration.
Cool.
You don't have to recast it.
Do the hit dice refresh after a long rest?
Long rest, yeah.
Cool.
So you get half of them back after a long rest.
Yeah.
So
So we've been here 3
you're no
hours.
longer a crocodile. Is that what you're
No,
asking?
I can last for 6 hours.
6 hours. You're still a crocodile,
Yep.
padding about, which has made things hard, but you managed. Okay, Hops, did you heal? You did.
I'm all good.
You've
Yep.
you've done
Back
your
to
healing.
normal.
All right, everyone is good. You've had your short rest. You keep going, and after, I just thought you might want health back.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
Thank
part
you.
of D&D.
And abilities.
You arrive at a chamber. It stands in front of you. It's not this chamber.
Oh.
Jazza is so keen on
I'm
showing
really
off
cute.
the
This
set.
is really freaking
This-
cool.
The set is
I'm
not
just
this chamber.
looking at it. You haven't seen, well, you have now. But
Little
anyway.
do you know you're actually about to enter the chamber before this chamber.
Okay.
So you arrive at a room. It stands before you with a large and complex locking door. You're at the entrance. You haven't committed to the room yet. Across the room, you can see there are braziers lit with magical eternal fire. So the room is lit. You can also see across the room a large, complex, heavy stone door that looks locked by a complex mechanism of turning gears and arcane runes. In the center of the room, there is torches, sconces in the center of the room. In the center of the room, there is a sand hourglass suspended on a plinth. The roof is covered, from what you can see at the entrance, in heaps of strange decorations that look like little holes. Lots of little holes just lining in the whole roof of this room that you can see with your passive perceptions, because you have high passive perception. And There is a lever in the center of the room on the plinth, like a mechanical lever next to the hourglass. There are statues lining the walls, each with different equipment, shields, halberds. There's 8 statues. And you haven't entered the room yet.
A test. I always failed at these. You end in some sort of calamitous situation where everyone scrambles and escapes by the skin of their teeth because you expect to approach it one way and it reacts an entirely different way to what you expect. So, I'll let someone else make that move so I can blame them later. Well, go on.
Well, looking at the ceiling, it would appear that either ammunition or something liquid would pour through it, so this may be a test of speed, I imagine. And I pop back into my humanoid form.
Cool.
I look at Puddles.
What are you looking at?
Well, maybe he goes in first.
He is roughly boulder-shaped. He'd probably roll through the room.
He looks at you with the pining dot, like with his bulging eyes, like he doesn't like that idea, Rusty.
Nope. Only someone we can afford to lose. Magnificent! Go put on a show.
I paid you to be my guide.
You hadn't paid me anything.
My dear, there appears to be a lever in the middle of the room. Could you perchance influence, perhaps with a little magey hand?
No.
Well, fat lot of help you are.
Hops will go in.
Hops trundles into the room, and nothing happens initially as you take a few steps in.
Oh my god, he's even worse from the rear.
You take a few steps in.
I'm gonna inspect the hourglass that's hanging from the pedestal.
So you walk all the way up to the pedestal?
I walk all the way in, yeah.
I follow behind.
So you enter the room?
I'm going to edge in, following the exact footsteps
Okay.
of Hops.
Cool.
Likewise.
So you all enter the room. As time passes, a few seconds as you walk and you begin to monitor, and then you hear a in the roof, and from behind you the soft sound of the door of stone grinding as the door that you walked through slowly lowers. Do you react?
I just go,
Oh no. If only we could get through to the exit on the... Oh wait, no. That was blocked by an ogre. Oh well. Here we are.
Locking mechanisms on the initial door, on the door you just came through, and you're sealed in the room. And then the hourglass in the room suddenly fills with sand, just from nowhere, magically. The top of the hourglass fills with sand, and the sand begins to pour through the hourglass.
Seems we're on a time limit.
Oh, well, shit.
Is there any way, like a doorway or anything in this room?
There's a single locked doorway leading out to the other side,
Okay.
and the one you walked through. Both lock equally.
Okay. Can I inspect the lock?
I can tell you just passing glance, this is not a lock you can open. It is magically locked with runes and
Okay.
mechanical mechanisms. It's not like a keyhole lock. It's a big magic door, labyrinth door.
I shall inspect the door. You pull the lever.
Is there anything decorating the floor in any way, shape, or form?
There's a mosaic across the floor.
Alright.
It seems to depict a serpentine creature wrapping around the room.
Okay, I would like to investigate all the statues.
All right, make an investigation check. That will take some time.
I would follow along with that.
Okay, you can also do the same.
20.
Cool.
17 plus 3.
Investigation. Oh, no, that's something different. All right, investigation. Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That would be a 14.
Okay, and you got over 20,
plus
right?
intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Intelligence investigation.
22.
Cool. You guys are doing that. What were you two doing? Sorry,
I'm
Hops and
walking up
Rusty?
to the door, which is further afield, I'm assuming, and then there's the lever next to the
The
plinth.
lever's at next to the plinth in the
Plinth.
center of the room.
Yeah. So, and I'd shouted to
Okay.
Hops to pull.
So I'll go
the-
wait at the lever, but I'm not going to pull it just yet.
Sand is halfway down the dial.
So something tells me sand is going to pour in from the holes in the ceiling, or the creatures around the outside, the statues, will come to life, turn into creatures and try and kill us. Or was it I look over it. Do I notice the serpent thing on the ground as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or some sort of giant lizard or
Lots of
serpentine
snakes
creature.
from the roof. Snake holes.
Rusty, give it a go.
I pull the lever.
You pull the lever where the sand is halfway empty, and then and it resets, like it pulls back after you pull it once, and the hourglass in the center of the room just spins 180, and the sand starts falling down the other way.
Useful.
You continue to inspect statues. A full investigation check actually takes some time.
I'll investigate the door.
Okay, I'll get you to make an investigation check.
So what's that with wisdom or intelligence?
Intelligence, investigation.
So 7.
You spend some time, and your eyes keep darting back. The sand keeps falling until the hourglass is 10% full, still pouring through.
10% full.
Like empty. Sorry, it's almost ran
I
full.
pull the lever. I make sure it doesn't empty.
And it rotates back around, and sand starts going the other way.
Yeah.
And you investigate. And do you continue doing that?
Yeah, while everyone's doing everything they're doing.
A
I'm gonna-
full
yeah.
5 minutes passes as you fully scour this room. If Hops just every now and then pulling this lever and this hourglass spins. And you determine, so the door is unbreachable. There's nothing really that interesting on it aside from the locking mechanisms, and you only got a 7. So Murina determines that each of the different weapons on these statues are paired with another weapon on the other side of the room. And then after the 5 minutes, the Magnificent realize that holds no bearing on anything at all, and they're just decorative, and there's no mechanic, like there's no way to interact with them with your over 20 investigation check. They're just decorative statues.
Do you want to go first?
So, my plan, we have to match these statues. We get the right combination, we pull the lever, and then the door will open.
And then we wait like a minute for mine to kick in?
Yeah. 30 seconds.
Start matching, I'm assuming.
You can't. Like, they're statues. They're very,
okay.
Hops could move them.
Yeah, like a child trying to move a boulder.
I'll go over and help
Make
her.
a strength
She
check.
tells me what to
Cool.
do.
Yes. Move the statue.
16 plus 4.
Strength athletics. Okay.
Oh.
You managed to like bend down and like beer
got
keg
a
lift
7.
a statue and start carrying it across the room.
Yep.
Little bits of dust spray down.
I want to say, since on the course of the journey and since Hops' hands will have been occupied, at one point I will have nicked the little apple she took, and I'm leaning against the doorway just watching it.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Versus perception.
Oh.
You
Okay.
can't just
No, I can't.
You can't just steal it without
My
play of his play
son!
interaction.
I got, was it plus dex?
It's dexterity.
So 7.
Roll a perception check. Hops.
8 plus.
Yeah, you recognize. You spot Rusty trying to pinch your thing earlier in the day.
Hey.
Can I have an apple?
No.
Oh.
So I don't have an apple
Okay,
while
sorry.
I'm leaning up against the door.
You'd
No,
like
it's
to have an
fine.
apple. You can
It's
eat
fine.
your rations. You have rations.
I pull an apple out of my rations.
Good.
I Hops, and I'm like, yours look tastier. And I like take a bite out of the
While
apple.
I'm actually moving these statues around, did that apple look any different to any of
a bit different.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit weird, but
Cool.
we'll deal with that
All right.
another time.
So I'm moving statues now.
All right. So sand starts pouring
I want to take
while
a
you're moving statues.
look up at those holes.
Are those holes the same size as snakes?
They could fit snakes, definitely. Sand is falling.
I finish my investigation, walk up to Murina and Hops and basically say to Murina, aged, not so much wise. These are purely decorative.
Just as you place the statue down, there's nowhere to plonk it. It's not like Resident Evil where there's an obvious spot on the floor. It's just you just plonk it down.
Sputter a bit. So are you, my dear. You, Hops. One on the head, one on the tail. A snake has 2 ends. There's 2 statues.
And I just grab
Hops
something.
is
and-
moving. Sand is falling. Does it make perception checks, everyone? DC 15. You're all occupied.
14.
Okay, so just Rusty.
Hang on. I'm not occupied, and I rolled an 18.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
DC 15 just means how difficult it is.
Okay.
So you've passed. You're the only one that noticed the sand is like 5% just at the bottom of the thing, about to be completely empty. Do you just eat it?
I just eat my apple because they're.
And the sand falls through, and you all suddenly hear this like tink of the last grains of sand, and all your heads turn towards the hourglass. And then the sand at the bottom of the hourglass disappears magically, and there's and the door on the other side of the room just opens. All the locking mechanisms undo.
So I'm standing in front of the door.
Yeah, and it
it's
just
like
opens
watching
next to
everyone
you.
stuff around.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well done, Hops. Well done indeed.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was right as Hops put the statue toe to tail, like just coincidentally. Right as you
the smuggest shit-eating grin at you.
Coincidences.
You're all geniuses.
I say, walking off into the next room.
And you walk into a room. You all head into a chamber after passing that test. And in the chamber, it's lit with a few candles. Again, it's all magical. There are murals around the room, a few items of furniture, and 2 suits of armor. One with a green plume and one with an orange plume stand guarding 2 doorways on the other side of the room.
Ooh, they're cool.
Around the corner, and upon seeing the statues, ha! 2 statues again.
These are
Coincidence
definitely
again?
like steel suits of armor on, like as if they were in a castle or something like that, like a
Oh.
Scooby-Doo episode.
I wouldn't try and turn these ones upside down. Something tells me they will turn back on you.
Do you all filter into the room? Cool.
Yes.
Welcome, says the statue with the orange plume.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice abode you have here.
The other statue, I see you've been through the hairlock.
Oh, that was a good joke.
Good one. Yes.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Business, says the orange
Or
plumed one.
pleasure.
And he wraps his sword on a sign next to them.
What does it say?
The sign says, you know what it would be. It says, 1 guard always lies, 1 tells the truth, 1 door to oblivion, and 1 door to treasure. And then one of the guards goes, shh, to the other one.
Okay.
What if the sign is the lie?
And then they bang a second sign that says one at a time.
This goes beyond me.
I step forward as the experienced adventurer.
Yep.
I suck at solving puzzles, but we've got to pick 1 out of 2, and 50-50 chance isn't too bad. You there, on the left.
So you can ask, for the traditional rules of this, you can ask 1 question that can only be answered with yes or no to determine which one is the guard that always lies and which one is the guard that always tells the truth. And you can ask them which door to go through.
Any question?
Any question with a yes or no answer. It's a classic puzzle riddle.
Can you see any hair embedded within my skin, naturally growing?
Yes.
I turn back to the group.
Well, that solves it then. Left's a liar.
And I step to the side.
Someone else ask something clever. I would say, ask the one on the right which door to go through.
I noticed do I notice the barrel that's currently sitting in the room?
It's just decorations. You can pick up, sure, there's a barrel.
That's fine. Great. I want to open it.
There's nothing in it.
Great. I close the barrel.
Okay.
I go up to them. The orangey guy.
The guy on the
Person.
right?
Yeah, yeah, that one. What's in the barrel?
The guy with the orange plume does a T symbol with his hands and then
Oh,
takes a
right.
half step forward.
Right.
No, I think you've misunderstood the purpose of this. Each person has a different test. So that one who already asked, He's actually asked his question for the 2 guards riddle. So he has to make a decision before we can move on to the next riddle. Sorry, it's bureaucracy. There's a lot of bureaucracy running a labyrinth.
Oh, wait, so is it still my turn? Is that what...
So
I'm confused. I apologize.
you won't be asking any questions. This fellow
I'm
must
the
now
question.
make his choice of the door. His question actually pertained not at all to the door and was a curious question and in no way helped him work out which door to go
But
to.
hang on, the
so I
rules...
guess it's a 50-50 chance for you.
Wait. In my defense... In my defense, the rules were not particularly clear.
Do you take
It
bribes?
was if I could repeat verbatim what you stated the rules were, one would reasonably assume someone else got the chance to ask
Make
a
a
question.
charisma and persuasion check.
All right. Boom. Oh, can I? Oh, I don't have an inspiration. Persuasion. I'm not a specialist.
Okay.
And
So you do a poor job. And he just says,
Make your choice now, pick a door, and we can move on.
Oblivion. It's never always straight up oblivion, though, is it? I turn to the group and I'm like, it's usually just something really, really uncomfortable you surely can overcome. I mean, I've gone through the oblivion doors multiple times in the past, and here I am, so 50-50 chance.
And I sort of stride forward.
okay.
And I pick the door behind the one on the right, the one I am assuming is telling the truth.
Okay. 50-50 chance. 1, 2, 3. And you walk through.
Well done. No oblivion for you, it seems.
And the door shuts behind you after you go through and seals magically.
Unfortunately for the rest of you, this is all a spell. So choosing the same door twice won't work.
You enter a room and you see a big freckin' treasure chest sitting in the middle of the table.
There's a big
It's a stone sealed door. Literally the door goes. You walk through. You're gone from the room. But you, Rusty,
just
see
by
a big
myself,
treasure
I'm just
chest on the table.
Still got it.
Now we'll go to the next person. Then you'll decide what to do with that. So who's going to be next?
I'll re-ask my question.
Huh?
So I'll re-ask.
So you walk up to go next?
Yeah, to the orange one as well.
Oh, no. It's a different game now.
Oh.
So there. You have chosen to act.
It's very cold in here.
Answer me this. You wear me every day, but you never put me on. I will change colors if you leave me out too long. What am I?
I look to the.
No interference now.
Can you repeat it?
It was, you wear me every day, but you never put me on. I will change colors if you leave me out too long. What am I?
Does everyone in this room
While
know?
you think,
Okay.
you, sir, make your choice.
As in what?
Or you're in the room, like, what are you doing?
I'll wait for the rest.
Okay, no worries.
I'm just gonna.
You're reasonable.
I say to myself,
I didn't expect you to do that after what had happened
Yeah.
with the Cyclops treasure, but
I say to myself,
I really hope they don't give Hops a riddle. He's really bad at those.
Murina is just going to start giggling and staring at Hop's butt. His bare butt.
Are there any stones around, like pebbles?
a few. There's some rubble, a little bit.
What happens if I don't answer?
Time's ticking.
Yeah, so what do I need to answer correctly in order to go through the right door? Is that
No, well, you answer incorrectly and both doors are the wrong door. You can still go through, though.
great? I honestly don't know. I fucking hate riddles.
can you repeat it again?
Last time, because I don't want to spend too much time on this
Yeah,
stuff. You wear me every day, but you never put me on. I'll change colors if you leave me out too long. What am I? If you fail, you still go through. You're just going to hit a trap.
Okay, I walk up to the suit of armor and I say, pajamas.
Go through the door.
Great. I go through the door.
Picking up the dice.
And you take 12 lightning damage as electricity courses over your skin. You can't reduce that with your armor.
Okay.
Oh my, it was skin like the skin that crackles and burns from the lightning that courses across you. Enjoy, have fun in there.
And the door shuts. And Hops, you see a treasure chest in the middle of the room.
Are
the
we in
table.
the room together?
Yeah, in the room together.
Hi.
All right, we made it. Let's go.
And I walk forward to go open the chest with Hops.
Okay. So you go to open the chest. Make a sleight of hand check to get that lock open.
Okay.
A 4. All right, we'll get back to that because
Who's next?
I stride forwards.
Brilliant. Oh, this will be a cinch.
all right, Orange, it's my turn. And the other guard steps up. Him. What's my favorite color?
Are you kidding me?
Am I allowed any questions to pry the
No!
answer? And one of you will be lying.
Oh no, that was the other game. We're telling the truth now. All right, and while you have a brief think about that, as the guard on my left is the one that's approaching you and asks you what his favorite color is, that one, you can have a think about that. Meanwhile, so just give me 1 second here. Just one short second. Can you just get a shot of the room with the chest on it, please?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be good if you could just do that.
Oh,
Classic.
Nice.
oh no.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a mimic. You're now grappled. You are grappled. Well, you're stuck to the mimic. Which, oh yes, the chest. The chest, as soon as you touch it, splits open at the lock and a tongue reaches out and wraps around your arm and these gibbering maw
Ew.
of terrifying teeth rips open.
Will I have come across these in my journeys? In the
Yeah.
past?
You can make a nature check or an arcana check, whichever you choose.
Is there something more related to my personal character history, or probably? I guess that would be my stats. So
Yeah, it is what it is.
nature.
You've rolled really poorly.
Yeah, I have. What's the base of nature? Intelligence.
It's wisdom nature.
Oh, okay, so 11.
You know, true to their name, mimics. It's a mimic. It takes the form of inanimate objects in order to lure in their prey. That's all you know. And you are now. You can make a, not currently, but you can on your turn. You can use your action to make a strength check to free yourself from the stickiness. It is going to get a juicy surprise attack on you though, because you had no idea it was there. And then we're going to roll initiative.
Yay!
Okay, so it gets 12 was the best. Creature stuck the mimic. It gets an 18 to hit.
Oof.
Did Puddle follow me, by the way?
Yeah, Puddle toddled in. You have Puddle with you.
He's over here.
Does an 18 hit, sir?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 8 piercing damage.
Yep.
And you are restrained now. And restrained is a much more significant condition than... I just want to double check restrained hasn't changed in level up. But restrained is a more strenuous condition than grappled.
Ah, it's one of these things again.
I'll help you, Rusty.
Well, go on.
Go away for
They're like
initiative.
waiting.
Yeah. Restrained. Your speed is 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attacks have disadvantage. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Cool. I will put my little tag in here. I love that these books come with 2 of these little string tags to
that's
hold
so
your page,
useful.
not just 1
Yeah.
or 0 as most books have.
Because you always flip between
Really
two different
nice to
pages
flip
at least.
between 2 different things. Okay, so that's made
Initiative.
its attack on you. It gave you a good old bite, and it's now restrained you. So we'll now go to initiative.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
It rolled an 8,
God.
but it has higher than you. So
Is that
it's
plus
first.
dex?
Yes.
It is first, yeah, correct.
Yeah, you were caught flat-footed.
So it's Mimic, then Pops, then
Pops.
And
Hops.
when
You're also a father.
I am a father.
does Puddle roll initiative?
Puddles at your initiative. Mimic, Hops, Rusty, and then from now on, after each turn of combat, you guys are going to get an opportunity to answer the riddle and move into the room. So it's first. So it got a surprise attack, but it now gets to attack again.
Yay.
Right.
With advantage.
It makes a bite and a pseudopod. So it's going to make a bite attack on you with advantage, 17 and 7. So that's over 20. That'll hit you.
Serves me right for doing the dishonorable thing.
That was actually why I designed this room. The idea was it would split the party and test your ability to resist the loot. Because all 4 of you on a Mimic, you demolish it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not that good.
I think we've already proven with that we can't avoid
You,
the loot.
you
I
take
have loyalty with one character, it turns out.
you take 9 damage,
Okay.
and you are swallowed as the Mimic expands.
Oh my God.
It expands like Kirby. Its teeth stretching out, and it reveals its true form while it's doing it. While it still looks like a chest, as this like gelatinous ooze creature, and it just and subsumes Rusty across the all in the ground, and you're completely swallowed by it. You are still restrained. If you deal enough damage while inside it, it vomits you up. And then it makes a pseudopod attack against Hops. Getting a 20 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
It does 9 bludgeoning damage. Mm-hmm. And you are now stuck to it.
Okay. Am I prone? What is it? Or whatever it did before.
No, you're just stuck to it. You're not restrained.
great.
So
Yeah.
it has to do a 3-step process. That's why they need to get surprised. It sticks you, it grapples you, then it swallows you. It can only swallow one thing at a time, though.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
No worries. All right, so I'm going to attack it.
Your turn.
My
You
turn?
may attack it.
Sorry.
Yep.
And I'm going to use brute strength, but I need to hit first. So let's do that. 8 plus 6.
You hit.
Cool. So you... Where is it? Whenever you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can expend exertion points to deal an extra 1d8 bludgeoning damage per point spent. So I'm going to spend...
Up to a maximum of proficiency or something, isn't it?
Up to a maximum. The maximum amount of exertion points you can spend this way in a single attack is equal to your proficiency for
so you
for
could-
3 is
so
the
you-
amount
are you
can get.
going to spend
I'm going
3?
to spend all 3.
And it adds 3d... What to the damage? there?
D8.
3d. Wow.
So
So, yeah, bare strength.
let's
Big
do...
D12 plus 3d8. Is that what you're dealing?
That is correct. So let's do the 12. So that's 9 plus 4.
So
Someone else is going to have to keep math for a second.
13,
Plus 3,
16,
plus 8, plus 7.
24.
20,
Another 8.
31 damage.
And then I attack again.
Yeah, nice. Well done.
And then you attack again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Multi-attack. Yeah, that's
Maybe we
that's
should have
awesome.
taken the Cyclops.
So that goes to that. Okay, cool. Attack
Instead,
again.
we took everything from him.
Crit.
From him, yeah.
Crit.
Yep.
Go for it. Roll damage.
Is that twice
2d12.
damage or is that yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
Plus 4.
10 plus 4, 14.
Yep.
11 plus 4.
No, you don't plus 4 twice.
That's
You just did
25.
Wow.
This is all in one
Can you
go.
do the barrel?
Yeah, okay, go on.
So I swing at this thing. Gets super mad.
Wow.
And in a torrent of terrifying blows from Rusty, from Hops, you split this ooze creature in half,
Yep.
and it starts sluicing off Rusty. Rusty's turn. I'm going to subject you to this once. At the start of your turn, you're blinded, restrained, and then take acid damage. You take 7 acid damage.
This is ouchies.
It's dead.
Okay.
And then it slides off you, and Hops helps slide the mess off you. And then we go to Murina, who was about to answer a question.
Now, wait. Your favorite color? It can't possibly be the orange.
I love how you could have been through by now, but you're just like, you're just trying to
Can't
pick
be
a favorite.
orange. It's the color of the other one, and you have to spend all eternity staring at him. You probably hate him, which also means you probably hate everything you can see in this room. So yellow is definitely out. Any tone of earth.
For our podcast listeners, one has the orange tuft, the other one, and the one he's talking to has a green tuft.
Yes, and I did announce that at the start. I did.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's good to clarify. Yeah.
So you clearly, your favorite color would be something that you yearn for. Ergo, your favorite color is blue, the blue of the sky.
Oh,
I shimmer my cloak around in front of him.
wrong. It's green. That's why my plume's green.
What?
You can go through now, but it's probably going to hurt.
Inconceivable. I demand a rematch.
If you know what, and he turns to his friend and they whisper in you, yes, maybe that's, I mean, if he's willing to, well, I mean, double or nothing, yeah, but maybe perhaps, oh, yes, fine, we've come to an understanding. You may double or nothing, double the pain if you fail my riddle.
I accept.
Okay.
God.
Oh my god.
The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?
Damage.
Wrong! Go through the damn door.
Am I wrong, though?
The answer was footsteps.
I suppose that's also technically correct.
The more you take, the more you leave behind, right? So,
Fine.
do you go through the door?
Yes. I walk through the door with many a glare.
16. And you take 21 acid damage
Oh.
as hoses of acid just shoot through like a decontamination chamber.
Ooh, double or nothing stings. You're up next, pretty boy.
I'm flattered you think so.
Where do you
get the polish?
I just wanted to bring
For
up
your
your
head.
portrait for Pretty Boy. Sorry, continue.
Where do you get the polish for your scalp? I'd like it on my armor.
by the way, you have realized these are animate suits of armor. There's no one in them. They're like magical plate armor that's just talking to you.
Are
It's
you
natural.
ready for your riddle?
Well, yeah, I suppose so, but I do have a question. How do you have a favorite color if you don't have eyes?
I've got eyes, you just can't see them.
That's ironic.
All right, it's my turn anyway. How many candles are there?
He says, head darting around the room quickly before he asks.
How many candles are there where?
I've asked my question.
And he puts his hand on his hips, looking very smart and smug.
More than one.
Wrong. The answer was 2.
It's not wrong.
No,
More than one.
but he is wrong for the purposes of this idiot guard's riddle, who he doesn't understand himself why he would be wrong. He literally looked at the two things in the room and went, how many candles are there? You can argue semantics with you all you want. It's not going to get through this fucking thing's brain.
Can I turn to the other one and talk to him, or is it going to be
Yeah.
the same
Okay.
result?
Yeah, you can.
So wait, I was talking to the green one or the orange one?
You were talking to Green. It was his turn.
I turned to orange. Can you understand why this man's an idiot?
Yes.
Do you agree with me that there is more than one candle?
Yes.
So can you not just take authority and let me through?
Authority, he's my superior. Unfortunately, though, that's kind of the nature of riddles. They're semi-obtuse, and sometimes there are more than one answer, but you still get penalized if you get the wrong one. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them.
Well, can I speak to his superior?
Oh, he doesn't have one. He runs this whole place.
That explains the state of it. I suppose you hired the Cyclops?
Who?
No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What was
As far as
his name?
I'm concerned, the entirety of existence extends beyond this room, and that's it.
Oh my god.
You just popped into creation when God created you, correct? You spawned on the edge of our precipice for our entertainment, and you leave through the door and cease to exist.
I hate riddles. And I walk through the door.
Okay. Goodbye. Enjoy Oblivion.
And you take damage for failing
God.
the riddle. 1, 5, and 8. So you take 14 psychic damage as the guy's idiocy reverberates in your head so hard that it hurts. And you all arrive in a room where there is a dead mimic on the ground.
And as the Magnificent walks through, magnificently hairless and brushing his injury, I sort of grumble to the group.
Well, I did say Oblivion only ever means just some sort of ouchie.
Can we do the twinkle sound? I would like to cast Prestidigitation on you two to get rid of any lingering dust or dirt from your acid.
Oh, that would be so nice. Okay. Can you cast that?
Yeah, it's free. It's cantrip. Can. Because you cantrip can.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
I hated those two.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure you probably got it right as well.
Yes, but they're very annoying.
Who was the only one who got it right, Rusty?
Yeah.
On the off chance.
Just on a random 50-50.
Well,
Also, you note as you look towards the exit to this room, which is a door, you see a broken and discarded chest.
I'd turn it over.
There's nothing in it, and it looks to be exactly the same as the mimic. Almost as if the mimic snuck in here, threw the chest aside, and then mimicked it on the table, and ate whatever treasure was in it, dissolved it, and yeah, you can press on.
Let's press on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just turn to Magnificent and I say,
thanks for the cleanup.
and I flick a gold coin.
So
We will have words. But it can wait.
I think we've had a couple so far. I think we're getting to know each other quite well. You're all right.
You too, Red Ranger.
Doesn't matter.
with some journeying through the labyrinth, you manage to get to what feels like the core. All your navigating senses feel that you have reached the heart of the labyrinth. In front of you is a large circular room, which you can all file into.
Well, this is it. The heart of the labyrinth. A circular room. It'll rotate, trust me.
Everyone walks in.
So perceptive.
No, just experienced.
Okay. In the center of the room, there is a sundial-like object with multiple symbols on it. There are 5 symbols in total. And I'm going to need some checks, basically. So, only one of you each can make these checks. Can I get a religion check?
Not me.
Nope.
Not me.
Nope.
I suppose I'll be the one.
Right. Intelligence. 11.
You recognize the symbol of Tyr on one of them, which is the god of balance, by the scales. There's a pair of scales balancing on a warhammer. There's 2 unusual symbols on it, though. Does anyone understand the language Druidic?
Yes.
Cool.
Because I'm a druid.
So does Hops.
Do I? Oh.
The other, so above one, there is a secret message in the language of the Druids. It's a rune, and it represents primal strength. In the other, there is an arcane symbol that seems very complicated. It might require further investigating with someone
Who has
arcane abilities, who might want to make an arcana check.
Yeah, okay.
All right, fine.
what?
Make an intelligence arcana check.
Magnificent.
Take the 13.
I'll take the 13.
Plus.
Plus 3 for proficiency, plus 2 for intel.
All right,
So 18.
you recognize it to be an extremely complicated rune of magic, very difficult to understand, but obtuse in the way that like a mathematic proof. It doesn't do or mean anything. The complexity, it's almost as if it's designed so that it can only be understood by someone who understands it, and that's all the information it needs to convey. The next symbol along, so that's 1 point on the dial. The next point on the dial, there is a a little bit of text which you can kind of dust off and read. It references a run, an old legend, referring to the Jarmak Gauntlet.
That sounds cool.
Is there like a history or something?
There is history is a skill. Does anyone have history?
I don't.
No, I'm
No.
awful.
No proficiency.
Freaking awful.
No.
I'll
Okay.
take the-
So you can take an intelligence history check.
I'll just give it a
Do I
crack.
recognize the name at all?
Oh, that was almost a 19.
Do you recognize the name? You three still have inspiration, by the way. You can
I
use a
I
reroll.
just realised that.
Do I recognize?
That's a history check to work it out.
I got a 10 for a history.
Okay.
You can make a history check.
Okay. No, I'm good.
You should make a history check.
Okay. Intel's 14.
Okay. Well, this place is older than you, so
Okay.
it still is a history check. A 14. You know this to be the story of Lord Jarmax, who was an ancient barbarian warlord who had made a cunning strike against his foes that claimed for him his kingdom.
Sounds like a dope guy.
Can I also get a wisdom check? A wisdom history check from someone with a wisdom.
should just mention
Who's
I have-
positive for
I've
wisdom?
got 2
Me.
bonus.
What have
How
you
many?
got, Murena?
3.
Cool.
Flex up.
And I'll get you to make a history check too.
Yep. So wisdom history.
Wisdom history. Yeah.
I am going to inspiration.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Much better. So, that is a 17.
Upon being prompted of the Jarmak Gauntlet, which you didn't bother to read, you remember there's a little bit more to that tale that goes around the sort of old wives' crone stories. It was never Jarmak's cunning, because Jarmak never had any cunning. He was stupid, and he was ruled by the women in his life who actually told him how he needed to do things. And the way he did things that his wife had told him relied heavily on the speed of his assault, not the cunning in its implementation. So you know that the reference to the Jarmak Gauntlet is in fact a reference to speed. The third symbol is a swirling orb no one recognizes. However, there's a little bit of something different about this rune, and can we get an engineering check?
Sure. I'll do it.
Do we do the check or can I just push it?
You can switch to any of these results before anything happens, if you want to. You
Switch
can
to-
change the dial. The dial, I should say, the dial is, there is a symbol. Can I get a culture check from someone who's proficient? A intelligence culture. Okay, then
I'm -1 intelligence.
I'm going to actually say this
like-
fits for the magnificent. Intelligence culture check.
12.
At 12. You know that it is a depiction of the traditional goodbye from this place, and that is what it is currently set to, and the door leads behind you.
14 for the engineering.
Okay, 14. And can I get you to make a wisdom insight check? Are you going to do anything impulsive, Rusty?
Was it a button? Something different?
It's a dial that you turn like a egg timer.
To those different
To the
symbols.
different symbols.
Okay. And one of the symbols is a swirly one.
A swirly orb. A swirling orb that none of you recognize, yes.
Does 13 pass? If
A
not,
14
I'll,
for
13.
wisdom insight.
If not, I'll use inspo.
It's an insight check, so it seems that you have no information about it, so maybe it wouldn't be smart to turn it to that one until you have information.
Sure.
Your engineering check revealed that the mechanism is connected to something separate from the other 4 points. You'll notice that there are 4 potential doorways.
Yeah.
And there's 5 things on the dial. And there's a separate mechanism connected to the swirly orb that no one recognizes.
Oh, okay.
The fourth and final one that we need to cover is a symbol of a god. Can I get a religion check?
I'll do it. Intelligence 8.
You have no idea who that is. So your current information, you have a swirly orb, a symbol of a religion.
Do we have an orientation that they're set to?
Okay, I
So-
can do that because we have a map. But for podcast listeners, the entrance they have come through is the traditional goodbye. To their
How many symbols are there on the dial?
5.
5 symbols.
Yes.
Oriented around it or something is at the center?
It's in the center of the room.
Okay.
So
Yep.
there is a dial which has the prophecy related to the barbarian's great speed. There is a dial of tiers scales, and balanced equally in that is a representation of complex intelligence and arcana. And on the other side was the secret language of the druids representing primal strength. So there is the balance on the right of strength and intelligence. There is speed. There is a strange swirly rune, and there is also the religious symbol no one recognizes.
What is the rune that's directly forwards?
It's on a dial in the middle of the room, not related to the cardinal directions.
Oh, okay, right.
While everyone's trying to figure this out, I'm going to try and take the apple.
Oh my God.
Make a sleight of hand check. Make a bloody perception check.
I'm going to re-roll that and use my inspiration.
Oh my God, using inspiration for
He's
that.
not taking my apple.
Holy shit, they're all going to die.
14.
16.
Yeah, flat 14 for me.
Okay, you take the apple.
There is
You can keep your inspiration.
there is a bite sound from behind you as I watch you all trying to figure out
Hop's
the puzzle.
eyes widen.
Make a constitution saving throw.
Oh, you failed.
Got a critical fail.
Oh, no.
You take 8 poison damage and have the poison condition. Congratulations.
Oh, my. My cider.
Good thing you didn't make cider out of that. That tree was growing in a world of wild magic. It was not good.
Serves you right.
So you stand in this cramped space
I was
looking at a
just
dial.
taking one for the team. I didn't want you to. Oh my God! What is
Yeah.
in that?
Sure.
Do you have any idea?
I gestured to the, was it Jarvik's run? This one is clearly a metaphor for speed.
And this one to the orb is a symbol for great magic power.
Strength. I'll point to the strength one. Brute strength.
So we have speed, intellect, strength,
Well, that's
swirlies.
that's speed, intellect, strength. So I suppose there's only room for 3 of us in the next room. That's probably what that means. We tried. Magnificent. Thank you for coming. But I'm afraid this is where we part ways. It's been a pleasure.
And I hold my hand out.
I reach out and switch it to the great magic symbol.
Okay, so the scales, because it's one symbol with the scales. The room turns and faces that direction, and it connects to a corridor that leads through.
Send the dog.
How dare you?
I don't think it's dangerous. It's just going to be quicker to scout with it.
All right, Puddle, go have a look. Tell me what's there.
The dog toddles through. There's a strange pulse of magic, but nothing else happens. Nothing else happens. He just toddles in.
And keeps
I
going.
wait for him
Yep.
to come back and report.
Cool. Do you call him back?
Yep.
As he goes to crawl back, he goes, and there's this red wall of magic that his nose bumps into, and he pouts, and he can't get back to you.
No! Puddle! No! You are my treasure!
I'm like, I can go through, but
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
like, as if it's like, I can't go, I won't go through.
Puddle, tell me, what is through there? What's that, Puddle? The boy stuck down the well? Is it, we didn't even have...
He does poo.
He farts.
Oh, he does a fart. Okay.
Oh, Puddle.
Can I glean any insight from my little animal companion?
I'm just leaning across the plinth, staring at this thing.
He has no idea. He's in the
I could
labyrinth.
speak with animals, but I'm enjoying this.
I look back at like,
How could you?
Oh, too bad. So sad. I go to
No! Puddle!
You turn the dial to what?
strength.
It's the strength is the same. It's the scales of strength and intellect.
The other
are
one.
you just because you're angry about the apple?
Okay.
Sorry, say it again.
So that the tier symbol, their strength and intellect is the same door.
Okay, I just turned to another random one.
Which one?
Remind me what they are again. Sorry.
Speed.
Run, weird, swirly symbol, and
What's the one that I said
the
wasn't
gauntlet.
connected? Because I knew which one.
The swirly one that your wisdom insight said it's probably not a good idea
Yeah,
to turn
yeah.
to. That's turned to a different set of mechanisms.
We're on that one.
No, you're not on that one.
Okay.
No one's turned
So
into that one.
I don't want to go onto that one either. So then the speed one.
It's a speed one? All right,
Yeah.
it turns to the left. There's a pouting, whining sound of a dog that's very upset.
Puddle!
Wait.
You need to hold. I can't hold it and twist
Puddle is there.
it. Can you please hold and twist it so it doesn't ruin everything?
Yeah, there's Puddle.
Okay. Turns to the left. There is a short corridor that turns right. No, fully to the left. Yeah, sorry. This is the
Do we
speed.
glimpse through?
No,
as
it's
it
deliberately
passes?
an
Okay.
obtuse right angle turn.
Can I grab a pebble off the floor?
Sure.
And I would like to cast my extra prestidigitation spell that allows me to see through the pebble.
Okay.
And I turf it down around the corner.
You should want the apple
All right.
instead.
You throw it. You can see through it with
Pebble you
prestidigitation.
touch becomes a sensor that you can see through for the duration as long as you were within 10 feet. So I'm not going to throw it far, just around the corner.
And just around the corner, you can see the corridor extends onwards, and it doesn't look like that. That's just to trick you all. The corridor extends onwards, and there is a sort of really long room with what looks like swinging blades going across it.
I don't think we're up for this one. It's a lot of swinging blades and a long hallway.
I'm on my knees on the opposite side of the doorway with my hands against the wall, just like Puddle.
Okay.
Should we try the last symbol?
Which one's this one?
The religion one, right?
Okay, so it turns to face directly forward, except there is no door there. It is just stone.
Okay.
And there are 3 symbols: the symbol of strength, the symbol of intelligence, and the symbol of speed. And they all look like magical runes, but they're dull. There's nothing lit on them.
Damn.
Well, I switch it back to
The dogs.
speed and strength. Yeah.
Okay, so strength and intellect.
Oh, strength and intellect. And I stand up. I'm at the back of the room because I was against the back of the room. And I, since the Magnificent is in front of Hops, shove Hops
Make a shove, opposed strength check.
in a friendly but determined way, in a way that I also want to push Magnificent by way of the motion.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Strong and smart, off you go.
Go for it.
Okay, what is it?
Make a opposed strength check. What did you get, Hops?
16.
13.
Okay, so you shove. Hops doesn't move, but then the Magnificent just walks into the room.
I'm just like pushing. My feet are sliding on the ground. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm sorry. This is for your own good.
You're right there, Rusty. Are you okay?
You will go in there, solve it with your immense strength, and bring Puddle back to me.
Let's go. I tire of this.
I'm sorry I ate your apple. Please save
I walk past the two of them.
Strength and
Wait,
intel
do you
this
just
way.
walk into the room?
Yes.
You walk in.
Yeah, like
What is it, Jen?
following you.
don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
You
Murina,
fucked us.
Murina,
You actually have
and the
fucked us.
wizard walks in.
Can I reflex try and grab?
No, you're busy pushing. You can't do that many things. There is a sound of whoom, and there's in front of you, like dust pulling up from the ground, a wall just materializes and seals over the entrance that you two have just walked through.
And Hops and I are stuck
Hops
in
and
the...
you are in the turning
I
room.
turn to Hops and I'm like, great.
And I turn to you.
I'm really glad
Shit.
that Murina and the Magnificent are the ones to solve the strength puzzle.
It's not really Hops' fault.
I kind of elbow you in the ribs and go, at least we got all the gold.
Yes, we can enjoy it as we rot here in the center of this now circular and sealed room.
I suppose we should begin.
Yes, Lance was more interesting than staying there.
Cool. Which are you changing rooms?
Well, let's go solve the clever one, shall we? No, not the clever one. The
speed.
The speed one. Let's go test our speed out, shall we?
All right. You turn towards speed. I just want to establish people in rooms. And do you enter the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who leads?
I enter.
Yeah.
The same thing happens. As soon as Rusty enters, the wall closes behind you and you're sealed in, leaving Hops alone.
Oh, I didn't go. It went up before I got to go through.
And it magically would have rebuffed you even if you tried to go in at the same time. Murina and the Magnificent, there are 2 doors, one clearly assigned for intelligence, one assigned for strength.
Well, you're going to be no good at strength. Luckily, I have my forms.
You're not fucked. Wild shape exists. You can wild shape into a fucking bear.
Hell yeah.
I bet they're panicking back there.
Meet you here in 5.
Very well.
All right. So you move into your respective rooms. The sand pulls up and the walls seal. The speed challenge lies in front of you. The 2 challenges lie in front of you. But, Hops, what are you doing?
Hops is gonna sit on the ground and pull out the little statue. Start crying.
Start crying.
Because he's lost so
Now
many
Hops is the lonely big boy.
Now you know what it feels like.
Oh no.
Okay, so very simple. There is a complex series of mathematical equations and arcana checks. You can simply make an intelligence arcana check to solve this one.
So
and
we're
a strength.
over with the Magnificent.
Yep, Magnificent is doing that. You need a DC of 15 to
Give inspo.
succeed.
Inspo, which you have.
Okay, inspo.
You don't have. You don't have
That was almost a good one.
expertise.
Not for Arcana, no. At 14.
Wait. Because you're not you're a dumb wizard. You have +2 in. And a strength check, strength athletics check. You can turn into
Guess who has proficiency and expertise? Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You can turn into a beast. Would you like to turn into something?
2 9s.
Yeah, well, what is...
I'm going to
arrayed
assume I
before
can
me?
give you something. It's literally like a strength. You have to like lift this thing up. That's it. And I'm just going to assume that you can turn into like a gorilla.
Yeah, CR1 is the highest it can currently go.
Okay, so
According to the book.
What you thinking? What are you feeling?
Probably a bear or some such.
A bear? Okay, so they'll have strength 18 and you'll get +4. And I'll give you proficiency too. So you get +7 as you turn into a giant bear.
Cool. That will be 24.
All right, you successfully lift this thing up and it locks into place and a magical rune flares with light. But the door doesn't open. You are sealed in this small chamber. Rusty.
Okay, yeah, I sort of big bare hands go. Turn around to look at this closed door still. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I look ahead at the chamber, the hallway of swinging blades, and sort of take a deep breath, crack my neck, stretch knuckles, say to myself,
Just like the good old days.
Dexterity acrobatics.
boom. 10.
Do you not have acrobatics?
I do. I rolled a 6.
So 13.
Do you have you used your inspiration, haven't
I
you?
used my inspiration. Okay.
Okay, well, I hope you live. You managed to make it pretty well through a lot of it, but 2 blades catch you on your way through the last section, and you take 8 slashing damage. But you manage to duck through with some skin left behind you to reach a magical runic circle.
I am beaten up at this point. I'm pretty bloody sore. I'm sorry. But I get to.
And the magic rune lights in front of you. And the bridge behind you descends into an abyss, so you can't get back. And it actually was descending behind you as you ran as like a test of speed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Meanwhile-
Hops, what are you doing?
What other runes were on the dial that we hadn't touched?
The swirly thing
Yep.
and the symbol of the other god that had the 3 magic runes on it.
And the swirly one's the one I don't like.
Yeah, you don't like that.
I will do the one with the god.
Okay, so it turns back to the center.
Yep.
The wall has 2 glowing runes lit, one for speed and one for strength, but the intelligence rune lies dim.
Okay.
Mood.
All right, and I'm going to make an arcana check. 14 plus...
Puddles got the hallway test down.
Yeah. Yeah, where's Puddles?
That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This is going to be the most embarrassing thing you've ever experienced in your life because I just rolled a 14, but it's going to have negative, so he's going to be...
The dogs are better.
The dog is better at these arithmetic than you. As Puddles is in the room with you, like scratching at stuff and seems to be getting closer to the mark. But we don't fail in these kinds of puzzles forever, but we do spend the next 45 minutes locked and trapped in these awful rooms while the Magnificent
Can you
scratches
use
his head.
telepathy through walls, or you
Nah,
magically?
not through
try to-
walls, yeah. And you take 45 minutes, and embarrassingly, at the end of that 45 minutes, Puddles nudges the correct lever,
Yep.
and the magic rune lights up,
Piece of cake.
and he farts. And the doors don't open, except for Hops's door.
Yay.
Hops, make a religion check. You've had 45 minutes. I know you're not good at it, but it's wisdom religion.
So I rolled a 2 and -1, so it's a 1.
Okay, so you don't know anything, but you
Yeah.
walk in. Okay, no one knows this, but that final symbol was the symbol for Joaquin, the goddess of trade, diplomacy, and negotiations,
Great.
there was one slot for all of you. And Hops walks into the room, and in front of you, there is a female human-bodied lioness with 2 jackal wares standing beside. She looks at you.
Hi.
It has been a long time since someone has found the center of the labyrinth. Welcome.
Oh, I wish I was better dressed for the occasion, but Yep.
So, you have made this way with your intrepid party of adventurers. Convince me, noble one, why I should give you the prize of the labyrinth. Fail, and you may leave, but your friends will rot.
Do you know what beer is?
I'm aware of it, but I do not consume it.
So, I make the best beer you've ever tasted. Therefore, you should let me through.
Make a charisma persuasion check.
Quite easy.
It's been fun,
This is all
guys.
going to come down to you.
What was the check, sorry?
Charisma persuasion.
Oh my god.
That's a 12.
I roll for that. It's so good.
And you would have done it with finesse and style and confidence.
That's it.
They rolled a 5. And the Lamia goes, sounds reasonable.
Hell yeah.
It's like the best test ever.
She says,
Convince me. I want it. I see your points.
you wanted
Yes.
to make beer.
Yeah.
Your knowledge is wise beyond years.
And she actually says, the simplicity of your request makes it clear that you shall have this. The gods created ambrosia to be enjoyed, not for some lich's concoction or a ruse for godly power or immortality. No, to bring joy to the masses. And what brings more joy than the best damn beer in the world? But, unfortunately, this ambrosia would go better as a mead.
I like mead more.
Mead is what you were trying to make. Honey mead, not beer.
I went with the beer because I thought maybe you'd had beer more than
okay.
honey mead. Honey mead's a bit niche, you
All
know.
right. I'll let your friends out. And she claps. And the magical walls that you was locked behind don't open. New magical doors open and lead into the central chamber with the Lamia. And
Lift up Puddle, carry him arms outstretched.
And she withdraws a jar with this glowing golden liquid in it, in this sort of an ornate jar. And she says, 1 drop in every round of brewery, every year. What do they call it? Like a batch. In every batch. No more, no less. And you will have enough for your lifetime, your children's, and your children's. But then you are on your own.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Ancient Magics.
Just quick question. I lean over to Magnificent. I'm like,
You were searching for some sort of magic trick? They have ambrosia. What would you want with ambrosia?
I was told there was great magic down here. It didn't matter what type it was.
Magic? The Lamia says.
Yes, I'm on the search for great, powerful, and impressive magics.
I can lead you on this path.
I would be much appreciative.
Observe. My finger separates at the knuckle and returns to its starting point, and I am unharmed.
You must teach me.
So leaning in over his shoulder as the bear, and just like, the lips of like,
I drop Puddles. You must teach me.
Puddles! And I just embrace him on the floor.
There are many more tricks such as this. I shall teach you. And as for you, bear, your quest for the greatest beer or greatest mead, you'll need another ingredient.
Oh no.
Of course, you knew that. You'll need
Yeah, sure.
the finest flowers to create the finest honey. I know of someone, a family kingdom that grew those flowers. Ah, an elvish kingdom. Never mind. Maybe you'll find it in your journeys. And that peaks immediately in magnificent.
Thank goodness, I
I'm
thought
quite
they were
well
gonna say
connected
something
with
about
elvish
friendships.
kingdoms. Would I be aware of this elvish
You are
kingdom?
suddenly aware of this amazing grove of rare and ancient flowers that make the finest honey when the bees collect their pollen.
No, don't tell me. It's not Kynalis. And the Relandrels.
The Relandrons, yes, that was it.
Bastard.
You know of them. Perhaps you could lead your friends here.
We should go!
Yes.
The Relandrels! Surely your wife would be patient enough if our quest just took a little detour.
Oh, I'm sure she's having a fun time with the kids. I wouldn't stress at all.
I cannot go back to that snot-nosed little brat and his family without
Mr.
impressive
Sir,
magics.
the magnificent. But we need a guide. And perhaps rather than being paid in gold, we could split what we've earned and we could repay the favor in kind.
You've already been paid for your guide through here.
Oh, we're still trapped.
Oh, about that. Exits over there to the left.
Exit sign on top.
Yes. It's a rune, though. It's like a green magical rune.
With like a man, like with an arrow. Yeah.
She says, yes, does that strike you as odd? You do realize the gods make these places for fun, for people to challenge. There's no other reason for such a convoluted place to exist.
It is very, very silly.
It's only reasonable that once you succeed, you should be able to leave with no more further trial.
Yep.
So,
I'm cool with that. That's cool.
Magics?
she like wraps her arms around you, clopping on her lion feet, and like, it seems you've all reached an accord, and is like pushing you out the door. And then one of the jackalwares leans in, pressing their finger to a sending stone in their ear, and they're like, yes, we've got another entrant in quadrant 3 trying for the prize. Reset everything, reset everything. And then the other jackal says, yes, I've got a complaint here from our guard ogre, for our guard cyclops. And within
And with an accord reached, our party of intrepid adventurers are ready to push on to find the next piece of their sacred, secret, and glorious mead recipe. Onwards, heroes! Onwards to glory.
Are we heroes yet or what?
Very good. And I'll close
This
the
has
bloody
been
book on that.
RAGTAG Adventure, Book 2. Thank you so much for joining us. This has really been a wild ride. No, honestly, that was really, really, really fun. Thank you so much, Dave, for the amazing adventure.
Thanks for playing, everyone.
Thank you, Rob, for joining us
Thank
for
you
the
for having
second
me.
round.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you all for watching.
And thank you, Leveled Up Advanced 5th Edition. Check out the links in the description to get that 10% off, and make sure you go to their website to find out more. It is a super good supplement from me, a Forever DM.
Yep.
Really worth having, super cool, especially if you love freedom, granularity, and awesome stuff for your characters.
Really, really fun. Thank you all.
And I'll be stealing this now. Studio doesn't need it. I need it.
I still don't know how to read, so I'm happy to lean on you as a GM. Thank you all for joining.
And thank you to
See
our
you next
patrons. Thanks, patrons.
Thank you, patrons. We love you dearly. And we'll see you all, hopefully, in the next RAGTAG Adventure.
Yes, for the next installment.
Bye.
Bye.